Last year in the summer, we did a topic predicting who the top 10 basketball programs will be for the next 10 years, the next decade. You and I both gave our answers, and we had different answers. And then we made a graphic of it. Shout out to D-Turt. And it's already funny because neither one of us had Florida on it. So clearly, these projections are hard to do, and we're not exactly great at predicting greatness. But I want to revisit this and go back to what we had last year and then maybe do a consensus update. What do we think our top 10 programs are for the next decade? So I have the graphic in front of me. You can find it on our Twitter if you search for it, top 10 programs in college basketball over the next 10 years. And we tweeted it June 10th, 2024. Carter's list in order was this: Houston, Kansas, Duke, Alabama, Arizona, Purdue, Gonzaga, North Carolina, UConn, and Kentucky. So you had two Final Four teams in yours, as did I with mine. I had Kansas 1, Alabama 2, Arizona 3, Duke 4, Houston 5, Purdue 6, North Carolina 7, UConn 8, Baylor 9, and Iowa State 10. I think we're putting a lot of faith in coaches here. And there's a lot that's changed in the last year that we would probably swap around. I remember we got a lot of shit for putting UConn so low in this order. And
I
yours,
also remember putting North Carolina in here with the caveat that Hubert would not be the coach for the next 10 years.
we literally did say that. I remember. So, all right. So that was our answer last year. A lot has already changed. Like I would have Kansas not near close to the top right now based on how things have been operating, I think. Why don't we come up with a consensus top 10 programs for the next 10 years, you and I together right now?
Okay.
Okay. So who do you want at one? Last year you had Houston. I had Houston at five on my list. We both had Arizona, Duke, Alabama, Kansas, and Houston all in our top five. Who would you take for the next 10 years? Who do you think would be the best program in college basketball?
Duke.
I think we got to put Duke one
Yeah. Duke won.
because I think Shire has basically solidified everything that we wanted to see. We
Yep.
know they're going to have resources. We know stars are always going to want to go to Duke.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Number two. Now, the big change for me, money is massive now, a way it wasn't even a year ago. Like, we know who the big spending schools are. So, where do you drop the big spending schools if we're focused on the next 10 years?
So I don't think we get to them yet. I think we get to them at like 3 or
Or
4.
lower? Okay. Who's at two then?
Or maybe we get to them now. I don't know. I'm thinking like young coaches. Like I think Bama should be somewhere up here.
If we're still going like the young coaches we trust game, Oates, Tommy Lloyd,
Florida.
and I think Todd Golden are now the three. And
Nash
Mark Pope, Pat Kelsey, Dusty May.
Hurley.
Still Hurley too, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think we go.
I think there's a clear number two,
Oh,
and it wasn't even in my top 10 last year.
BYU,
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Like they're good with Pope.
He answered all the questions.
Kentucky too.
I think we put Duke one, Kentucky two.
Can I go Florida 3?
You would take Todd Golden and what Florida's building over Dan Hurley and UConn? Because like I remember last year we
No.
had UConn low
Yeah.
because we thought Hurley would leave.
Yeah. No, actually, with that said, I would like UConn at 2.
You just trust that he's better.
Yes.
All right, I'm fine with that. Duke one, UConn two, Kentucky three. Fine by me. Fine by me.
Now can I get a L'Chaim?
You want Pearl?
No, Golden. Dog, he won a ship in year 3.
They're not spending in the portal like that, though.
Not yet.
Right, not
They
yet.
will.
Right, not yet.
They will. They're gonna spend big money on Lee. They
Who do you
might
think
get
wins
out.
more in the next 10 years? Florida or Alabama? I'd also like to add Nate Oates isn't leaving Alabama.
He isn't
Nope,
ever.
I don't think so. I absolutely think Golden's leaving Florida.
Oh, you do.
I think Golden will be North Carolina's next coach.
Oh, if that's the thought process, I'm fine with putting Bama first. You might notice there's a lot of lights on behind me. There's a big ring light I'm using to record this. You want to know why those lights stay on? Because of Underdog, because of these ad reads, people.
Yeah, we heard your feedback. You're annoyed that we keep putting Underdog ads in the middle of our videos. Well, guess what? We got to keep the lights on and we need some people to sign up for Underdog Fantasy. If you like these videos, if you want us to keep making videos, sign up with Underdog Fantasy, use promo code SLEEPERS, and they actually have an awesome offer for you. You can receive up to $1,000 in bonus credits. 50% of your first deposit will be distributed in bonus credits, and you get a free pick. And Cart, I got a pick with Underdog Fantasy for this weekend that I'm already eyeing. We got the Pistons and the Knicks, first playoff series in a while for our favorite team. Cade Cunningham over 27 and a half points. I'm taking higher than that for my pick with Underdog. Promo code SLEEPERS. Sign up with Underdog Fantasy. It helps the show. It helps us keep making these videos for you. Back to the show.
But it also, if that's the thought process, I would like North Carolina
We
for.
want North Carolina coming up.
Yeah.
So I think the same way last year we had to keep UConn near the bottom of the list because we were worried Hurley would leave. I think that's what we need to do with Florida and Golden. They're on the
Okay.
list, but he might leave.
Let's go Bama. I think Bama for Zona 5 then.
Alabama 4, Tommy Lloyd, Arizona 5.
Now I'd like to get into bags.
I'm good with that, and I also want to throw this out there. Your number one team last year was Houston, largely because we felt like Kelvin would get over the hump. We think his best season is coming next year. He did get over the hump to a title game this year. Retirement is the scare, but also how much is Houston going to drop off when it goes to his kid? We don't know. He's gonna hand him a win now program. And at minimum, I think you're expecting a few more years of Calvin. Along those same lines, you've got Matt Painter in his golden era right now. I don't know how much longer Payne's going to coach. I would think you get a full decade of Painter. Purdue has just decided to start spending. It's hard for me to just overlook the truly great coaches that are here operating at the highest level right now.
I'm a skeptic of Purdue once this era is over.
I would argue even guaranteeing you have 1 year of Houston and Purdue being 1 and 2 in the country next year makes it worth being on this list.
I'm fine with Houston next.
Houston at 6,
And we can go Purdue 7.
Purdue
Even
7.
though I personally would have them lower. I had the bag schools ahead.
If you want to pitch me on that, that's fine, but you got to name me some schools because right now we only have 3 spots left. We haven't put Louisville on the list. We haven't put BYU on the list. You don't have Florida on the list. We don't have North Carolina on the list. I would argue Michigan belongs on this list.
Can't get on the list if you haven't won a tournament game yet.
So who does that eliminate? Louisville?
Yep.
I strongly disagree. I think Louisville's got to be here. With how much they are spending,
Do we have to extend this list?
no, we have to cut it to 10 and make some hard decisions.
Well, I would like. Oh, I think Houston should get left off. I also think that Purdue should get left off.
I'm going to make an argument I know you're going to hate. I think Florida and North Carolina should be left off. Because for the next 10 years, we don't know how long Hubert's here. And I can't put Carolina with the way they're not spending anywhere near this list, even if they are getting Golden. And
You
Florida's season was great, but I think Golden leaves.
leave those two schools off, and then leave also Houston and Purdue off.
We can't leave everybody off. Then we need 5 teams.
No, after that we would need Then let's get into the bag schools.
Okay, name them. BYU and Louisville next.
BYU, Texas Tech, Louisville.
This is hard.
And
So
then that would
right
leave us
now,
with
our top 10 right now is Duke, UConn, Kentucky, Alabama, Arizona, Houston, Purdue, BYU, Texas Tech, Louisville. That would mean we leave off Florida, who just won a title, Michigan, who has endless money, and North Carolina, blue blood.
is
And
that
you
the
want
full
me to
list?
take off the number one and number two team in the sport for next season with coaches in their prime. Houston's not short on money, and Purdue has just started to spend
I think those are two short windows we're speaking on.
that are still in the future in the next 10 years. You get a title next year, you're belonging on this list for the next 10 years.
Braden, Zach Edey aren't always going to walk through that door, Matthew,
They're in the door right now. One is.
for one more year.
And then the European they're spending big
This
money
is
on
this
is
is this
next.
is for the next 10 years.
I demand Purdue's on this list.
That you can do that. I don't want my name attached to it.
We have to compromise.
They can be honorable mention. Put Purdue at 10 and take Louisville out. There you go.
Louisville has to be on the list. Like not even debate.
You're not working with me here.
The one that doesn't have to be on the list is Texas Tech.
Fine. Take them out. This is bullshit.
Do you want Texas Tech?
No, I don't want it anymore.
Then what do you want?
I want let's put Purdue up there.
They're already on there. They're not going anywhere. They're the number one team in the country for next year.
Cool.
How long until we get to Michigan State?
Oh, like top 29?
It's too many questions.
Too many questions.
And you don't think Michigan belongs? Or are you
Um,
saying you'd put Michigan over Purdue?
yes.
Michigan the first Big Ten school you'd put? Because we don't have a Big Ten school on this list. I think they got the most money.
They do. Do they have more? Yeah. Yeah.
It's them or Indiana.
Yeah, they got money. Yeah.
Do they belong on this list or no?
No.
But Purdue's on the list.
I guess so. I have no choice here.
All right. Do we just lock in the list as is?
Yeah, let's lock it in.
Let's lock it in. All right. Duke 1, UConn 2, Kentucky 3, Alabama 4, Arizona 5, Houston 6, Purdue 7, BYU 8, Louisville 9, Texas Tech 10. I think you and I feel equally awful about that, but there's your 10 best programs for the next 10 years.